Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. Today, we're about to follow a story that was never officially reported, but its whisper was enough to quietly break thousands of hearts. A quiet visit, a pair of eyes that knew each other, and a short sentence spoken in a voice barely louder than a breath, yet more powerful than any love confession shouted on stage. I'm here. Don't be afraid. That sentence wasn't caught on camera. It wasn't picked up by microphones. But eyewitnesses swore. That's what the man in the cap said that night, standing behind a hospital curtain, staring at someone lying helpless in bed. And that person was Xiao Zhan. It's been a long time since a piece of news truly touched the deepest part of the entertainment world. But over the past few days, something changed. There was a shift in the air. Not a trending topic made to go viral. Not a rumor planted by some agency. But a small story. Fragile. And far too quiet to ignore. That night, at a large hospital in Beijing, something happened that no media outlet covered. But its presence was strong enough to stir the hearts of countless fans. It began with a black car. Not too flashy. No heavy security detail. No journalists. No flashing cameras. It stopped behind the building, a route not usually taken by the general public. And from the car, a man stepped out, dressed entirely in black. A mask covered his face, a cap pulled down over his eyes. But his footsteps were certain, heading toward a restricted ward, heavily guarded. He paused briefly, spoke softly to the nurse, then walked in, slowly. Silence. Inside that room, only the sound of medical machines could be heard. One nurse said the man only stood there for a few minutes. Not long, but something in the way he looked, like someone holding back words they didn't know how to say. He only said one sentence, the nurse recalled. I'm here. Don't be afraid. Soft, but sincere, like someone who came not because he had to, but because he needed to, and the person he came for was still unconscious. A few days earlier, Xiao Zhan's agency released a short statement. The star was under strict medical care due to extreme exhaustion. He had just wrapped up a long, demanding filming schedule and reportedly collapsed. No details were provided. No photos. No videos. Just these words. Please send your prayers. He is currently in recovery. Fans grew anxious. But they knew Xiao Zhan never liked burdening others. He always smiled, even when he wasn't okay. So when this news came out, fans could only wait, quietly hoping. But that night, someone came. Without notice, without spotlight. Someone who once stood beside him when the world called their names together. Someone who once shared the same universe, even when the world was against them. Wang Yibo. There was no confirmation, no agency statement, no viral footage. But for many, they didn't need pictures to believe. The car matched the vehicle usually used by Wang Yibo's manager. His schedule was clear that evening. Even his assistant was reportedly spotted in the same area hours earlier. But what truly made this story real were the witnesses. A hospital staff who briefly crossed paths with him. A nurse who heard his voice. A visitor who noticed his silhouette in a quiet hallway. One by one, the pieces came together. And the sentence, that soft, sincere line, became the center of everything. I'm here. Don't be afraid. Such a short sentence. But it said everything, especially coming from someone like Wang Yibo, a man who rarely shows emotion in public. The sentence wasn't meant to move the world. It wasn't meant to start a trend. But somehow, when the story spread, fans cried, not just because they believed that Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan still shared a deep bond, but because they saw truth in silence, care without performance, affection that survived, even without the spotlight. Once, they were inseparable. The Untamed made them icons. Thousands of clips, fan art, and even poetry were born from the chemistry they shared. Something no script could ever replicate. But then, everything stopped. After the controversy that engulfed Xiao Zhan years ago, the two seemed to walk different paths. No social media interactions. No projects. No greetings in public events. As if they were never part of the same story. But that night, in silence, that story lived again. The fan reactions were overwhelmingly emotional. Social media was flooded with short messages. Few words, but powerful meaning. He came when no one was watching. Maybe the truest love is the silence that still shows up. Thank you, Yibo. You came not for the camera, but for him. Some even wrote heartfelt letters, hoping Xiao Zhan might read them one day. You are not alone. Even when you weren't conscious, someone stood by you and whispered, "I'm here." Others began to wonder, does Wang Yibo still carry feelings for their past? Or is this simply a deep respect between two people who once saved each other in the storm? No one knows for sure, but one thing everyone felt, that moment was real. Whether it was love, friendship, or silent guilt, that night, someone showed up, quietly, and left his heart beside a hospital bed. Many fans say, the world has been too cruel to them, too many rumors, too many expectations, and sometimes, the only safe place left is a hospital room, where status, cameras, and fame mean nothing. Just two human beings, one asleep, one watching with eyes that spoke louder than words. Not every love story needs to be declared. Not every bond needs a label. And perhaps, the most touching ones are built in silence. When someone shows up without being asked. No announcement, no camera, no fancy words, just one sentence. "I'm here. Don't be afraid." To this day, no official confirmation has come, but fans have chosen to believe, because not every truth needs clarification. Sometimes, the heart just knows. Sometimes, feelings are louder than proof. And that night, the entertainment world paused, not because of scandal, but because of a silence that finally spoke. What do you think? Did Yibo really visit Xiao Zhan that night? Or is this just a beautiful story, born from the longing of fans? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain. This story reminded us that behind the stage, away from the spotlight, kindness still exists, love still lingers, and friendship can survive in silence. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what you felt while listening to this story. And if you believe in connections like theirs, hit that like button and share this with someone who might need a little warmth today. Until the next emotional story, only on K-Pop World, because sometimes the most beautiful stories aren't told through words, but through silence that understands.